Alright, what's good, y'all? How y'all doing? So I'm just thinking about something. I just made a video yesterday or a couple of days ago, and it was basically talking about when to know when to be stationary moving and how to mix up stationary into moving, but didn't talk about moving into stationary. And then I thought about it like I just wanted to see if it was possible or worth it. So yeah, I'm just gonna test a few things. Let's see here. So that's what it is. So right away, one thing that I notice is that when I go moving to stationary, you don't get the speed you don't get the speed buff that you'll get from throwing the whole thing stationary. So it's like after you move forward, your stationary strike is not gonna speed up as if, you know, it's not gonna speed up as if you were stationary. So whatever strike you are stationary on is going to end up being at the same speed as you throwing stationary, if that makes sense. So if you were to just throw this uppercut, for example, by itself like this, it's going to be the same speed there and not at this speed. As you can see right here, this combination is much faster and the uppercut comes out a bit faster, just a slightly faster than when it's thrown there. So it's like here, this, that's probably the worst example. I'll do the hook. I'll do the jab hook as an example. Better example. So we got this here. It's the hook by itself. We have the stationary jab. Kind of like you see the pause there. You know, it's like boom, boom. Versus obviously the jab hook and the speed at which it is. I personally believe that this combination is overdone and needs to be slowed down, but that's a whole another video. So you got moving to stationary here. Stationary, and yeah, it's the same speed. So I'm trying to figure out what use would you have for that. Like, so maybe if I go here, it would have to be a setup into where I go into a good combination. So maybe like that, or like here. But then that little pause between the strikes is concerning, you know. So yeah, that's the only concern I have. Let me see what happens when they block. If he blocks that strike, can I throw the stationary uppercut? No, I can't. So that kind of just throws everything out the window. Why would I want to do that? I can with that. So with this, I can. So I can go there. Like, I can go moving the stationary on that. Also moving the stationary on that. So I can go. It's not letting me go here to the overhand, though. The moving jab into the overhand. For whatever reason. Which is very weird, but. Um. Maybe I went like this. Just stationary from here, right? That's not enough. So if I went here, like that maybe might be effective, but I have to see. That would be nice. So if I went here, stationary, moving, I went stationary, moving into hook hook. That looks kind of effective where I can go stationary, moving into jab hook, like that could possibly be effective. So if I go here and I go, see, it's not letting me do it. Let's see it again. So yeah, it's another thing. It's not letting me do true combinations off of certain ones, and I think he has 5-star combinations, so that's not making sense. Let's see here. He does correct. Yeah, he has 5-star boxing combinations. but it's not letting me. Yeah, no. I'm kind of wondering if it's even worth it or what I could even do with this. That right there, though, shows that I would have to spend a lot of time trying to figure out what combination I can continue off of the block and which ones I can't. Just a whole nother video. I don't know if it's effective, honestly. That maybe. So if I go here, I like this versus this. I actually like that. So if I go here in stationary, if I go here, that's nice. Now, that might be the answer, and that might be what it's used for. Okay. Okay, so we're talking about something now. So instead of this, like you look at the speed here, this, boom, boom. You slide in with the hook, end it off stationary. That's probably the best one right there. If I go here, nice, that's good. And it's off of the block too. That might be the answer right there into where you when you want to use it. So I think I found something. We're finding something here. I know that also this was something. Moving the stationary on kicks is very good, honestly. So if you move forward with this straight punch and throw it away, like a throwaway punch, boom, right there, sometimes you can get a little bit of what you want there. Moving jab to that, you can even retreat on that. So that might be something. I'm going to keep practicing with that. That is nice. I like this. Oh, shit. That's something I really like too. So, what I'm seeing so far and what I'm figuring out here, and just so y'all know, I'm figuring all this shit out in real time. Like, this I learned, this is how I learned. Like, what you're seeing is a mental process, all that. I didn't just plan, oh, at this time I'm gonna figure this out. No, this I'm figuring shit out right now. So, moving to stationary if you switch levels and don't do too much, obviously, is very good. So if I went sliding to straight, oh, I like that. This one right here is something nice. I like that one a lot because you see this is a lot slower, but this right here, I think is a little. I think it's sharper too because if you look at this, it's kind of like the range at which it leaves you. I'm here versus me going here. It leaves me a bit farther, just a little bit farther. If I move forward with both like that, I don't like that one, but this one right here is really nice. If I go here, I just move boom, boom like that. Or if I go here, that's good too. If I go, that one's good because if I go here, as you can see the distance, even though the jab pushes them back a little bit. It's interesting. But yeah, so this one right here, this moving jab to the calf kick, I feel like is gonna be really useful. Oh yeah, I think this is gonna be something for me to open my kicks up. I'm gonna be practicing this a lot with like my Izzy picks, etc. I like that. Oh, now that's nice. Okay, okay. So that's that. I think that's an answer for something too. That's a setup because off of this, nah, that's too late. Not really. Kind of the same speed there. The leg kick is the fastest. I feel like I would flash my block like I do a little before the thing goes up. But this is very interesting. I'm gonna practice this against uh my friends that I play against and see if I can make something work. I really like this one though. You move forward with the jab and go stationary. I think that's gonna be really effective. Especially that one, that lead hook, foof, foof. Especially if you land on block. Let's see what it looks like. I land on block. That's nice. So if I go moving forward like that and just start keep chopping, it's really nice. So it's just practicing, I feel like. And of course, not getting evaded on the strike. You have to work with a lot of throwaway punches, though. You can feint that too. I have to be at a certain range to land that one. That one in return, though, is... You have to be in a certain range. Okay, so I'm gonna work at that. I'm gonna work at that. What else could it be? There's the obvious. I mean, spinning strikes you can't move with anyway. Uh, let's see. What else is something I could do? There's the obvious one. Just stationary to move in there. So changing levels. Changing levels is gonna be one. What else can I do, bro? I'm trying to figure something out. Let me think. I think for now that's all I got, bro. I might be do a part like two to this. We talk about distance, man. But this one is really good. I like what we're working on here. All right. I think that's gonna be all for this video. Really quick lab. My labs are usually a lot longer, but uh, ended up figuring out what I wanted really quickly. So it's not very useful going stationary to moving on punches if you just head hunting, but moving to stationary on body punches is really good. Or the calf kicks is what I'm seeing. I feel like this setup right here is gonna be killer because I don't see anybody blocking low off of that. Especially with an advancing jab, you usually see this. Maybe with this combo, you can fuck around, you go here. That. Yeah, I don't know. I'll find it. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. But alright, y'all. That's it for this video, man. I'm excited to find what else I figure out. Peace.